welcome to Funimation. Today I'm going to be discussing my top 5 favorite sequels that I actually do indeed prefer over the originals. Now to be clear, I'm not going to be counting remakes, and I have to have seen the original film. That way, I can accurately describe if I actually do indeed prefer the sequel. Now, to be clear, this is just my opinion. Everyone might prefer the sequels over the originals, but some people might actually prefer the originals too. That's okay, to each their own. Anyway, on with the list with number 5, Resident Evil Vendetta! So for those that don't know, there's a trilogy of 3D animated Resident Evil films, and they're really damn good. Vendetta is the third film in that trilogy, and it's absolute cheesy goodness for 3D. It looks fucking great. It's just in general a lot of fun. I really rather enjoy it. And I do most certainly recommend checking the animated films out if you've never seen them. Number 4, Blade 2. I like all of the Blade movies, but the second one has to be my favorite. I mean, you got motherfucking Wesley Snipes and motherfucking Hellboy in the same film. You can't go wrong with that shit. Okay, fine, the actor that played Hellboy, you get the point. It's overall a fun movie, and I do most certainly enjoy it. Number 3, Aliens! To be clear, I'm not a huge fan of Sigourney Weaver, which is why I did not care for the original Alien. Although I will say, I actually kind of liked her in Aliens. In general, Aliens is a really damn good film with some awesome action, fucking amazing practical effects. It's just in general a really fucking good film. Although I will admit I was rooting for the alien at the end, don't judge me. Number 2, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors! Nightmare 3 embodies everything I love about the Nightmare franchise. My favorite representation of Freddy, my favorite one-liners, some of my favorite characters, my favorite cast of characters. It's in general a fucking awesome film, one of my favorites of all time, and definitely my favorite in this particular franchise, but the original's good too, just not my favorite. And now before we get to number 1, some honorable mentions to pad out the runtime. Brendan Fraser's Mommy 2. I like all of the Mommy films from him in general. That's a really fun trilogy that I most certainly enjoy. The live-action Resident Evil 2 movie. I actually really like that film, but in general I really enjoy the movie franchise for Resident Evil. Paranormal Activity 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I pretty much prefer every film in that franchise over the original. Evil Dead 2. Now technically that's my favorite horror movie of all time, but I've never seen the original Dead. I know I really need to check that film out, but because I've never seen it, it doesn't meet the criteria, so it doesn't get on this list. And finally, my number 1 favorite sequel of all time, a film that will make people hate me, Jason Goes to Hell. This is my hill, and I shall die upon it in glory. A lot of people fucking hate Jason Goes to Hell. Pretty much everyone says it's their least favorite film in the franchise. I actually enjoy it more than any other movie in the franchise, not counting the remake. Okay, here's sort of a brief explanation on why I like the film. So a while back, I got this movie pack. Now, at the time, I had not seen every single film in the franchise, so I decided to binge it all, and I even bought this little 2-pack with Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. By the time I got to Jason Takes a Boat, the formula was dead for me for the franchise. The not interesting characters, the kills being cut back because fucking assholes over at rating systems. I'd pretty much had my fill of all of it, but then I got to Jason Goes to Hell. It had my favorite cast of characters in any of the films, hands down. Some of my favorite kills and a plot so goddamn nonsensical, it was fucking hilarious. Is it the best movie ever made? Fuck no. Is it a film in the franchise? That's honestly debatable, depending on who you ask. But is it my favorite Friday film? By all standards, yes. Thanks very much for watching, and my sincerest apologies for talking about Jason Goes to Hell for so long, but I wanted to describe to you precisely why I sort of like the film. Anyway, if you'd like to consider subscribing, it'd be much appreciated. Have a nice day, stay in good health, and well, goodbye! It's a motherfucking bear and an eye patch, okay? I had nothing else for the thumbnail.